Smile and learn.
Hey friends! Today I'm here to talk about man's best friend, the dog. Would you like to learn some fun facts about dogs? Let's go! Dogs are vertebrate animals belonging to the mammal group. They're omnivores. That means they eat both meat and vegetables. Their size depends on the breed, and the largest can weigh up to 177 pounds and measure up to 6 feet. But there are also smaller ones. They are domesticated animals, which means they live together with humans. Did you know that dogs are related to wolves? Numerous studies have shown that dogs and wolves share many DNA traits. It's true that, at first glance, some dog breeds look very similar to wolves. It's believed that dogs were the first domesticated animal. Their origins can be traced back to the wolf, but over the course of many generations there have been changes or mutations that have resulted in different dog breeds. Humans have helped this by crossbreeding these animals. In other words, by pairing males and females with certain characteristics to produce puppies, with improved qualities such as size, personality, or speed. These crossbreeds have created more than 340 different dog breeds all over the world, each with its own temperament. The truth is, dogs are very different. We can find dogs all over the world. In fact, we know that there are more than 500 million dogs all over the planet. How cool is that? Here's a fun fact. Did you know that an adult dog understands approximately 250 words or gestures? That's the same as a 2-year-old child. That's amazing. Have you ever had a dog bark at you while passing by a house? I have, and I was scared to death. This is because maybe the dog is afraid of that situation, or perhaps, as they're very territorial animals, they're marking and protecting their territory. And how else do you mark their territory besides barking at strangers? Well, for example, by marking their favorite spots with their urine. Ew! This shows anybody who decides to get close to their territory that this spot belongs to them. I'd better stay away. Surely you've heard about dogs' great sense of smell. Some say that their sense of smell is 1,000 times more powerful than humans. Wow! That's why dogs are used in rescue work when there is a disaster. Later, I'll tell you what other jobs they have. Look at those whiskers. Did you know that they help dogs distinguish objects in the dark? They don't have night vision, but thanks to their whiskers, they're able to detect changes in air currents, which gives them information about the shape of nearby things in the dark. That's impressive! And do you know why we call them our best friends? It's because we've been by their side for thousands of years, and they're loyal animals. They're also able to sense our emotions, so it's very easy to bond with them. But dogs aren't just pets. As I've said before, some of them have jobs, as you can hear. For example, there are police dogs that assist officers in multiple functions thanks to their great sense of smell and instinct. Shepherd dogs are capable of guiding a flock thanks to their intelligence and agility. And guide dogs, which help people with vision problems move around the city, among other things. Owning a dog is a responsibility and commitment that should never be broken. If you have one, enjoy their company and treat them with kindness. They're a family member. They'll never let you down. Well, you've already learned a few things about these kind animals. See you next time!
Hey there! Today I'm here to tell you about one of the most funny animals, the penguin. Would you like to know some incredible things about penguins? Come on, let's go! The penguin is a vertebrate animal, which means it has an internal skeleton. It belongs to the flightless birds group and feeds on small fish, crustaceans, or plankton. Penguins normally live near the sea, on thick layers of ice. Depending on their species, they can weigh from 2 to 88 pounds and can measure from 15 inches to 3.5 feet. Although it may not seem like it, penguins' bodies are covered with feathers, like those of any other bird. During their first year of life, the hatchlings have soft and warm feathers that protect them from the cold. Did you know that penguins don't live in the North Pole? Most of them live in the southern hemisphere, except for the Galapagos penguin, which lives on these islands that belong to Ecuador. Penguins lost the ability to fly millions of years ago, but their wings allow them to move with great agility in the water. They can also jump and glide across the ice. How cool! Penguins are superb swimmers. They can reach speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. Swimming very fast allows them to flee from their predators. The most common ones are sharks and killer whales, but there are many more. It seems that penguin meat is quite tasty. Did you know that they see better underwater than outside the water, even when the water is dark or dirty? This ability helps them look for food. So, how do we differentiate the females from the males? Well, it's very complicated because they're very similar. The males are usually slightly larger than the females, but penguins are one of those animals whose gender is the most difficult to spot. Who said that love does not last in the animal world? Penguins are monogamous. That is, they have the same partner their whole lives and only reproduce with them. Also, male penguins incubate their eggs together with their mates. Once the babies are born, the male and female take turns feeding them. As well as being good parents, penguins are also great friends. They usually swim and feed in groups. Some penguin colonies have as many as 20 million members. Unfortunately, some penguins are in danger of extinction due to the deterioration of their habitat, poaching, and climate change. To help prevent this situation from worsening, we must take care of our environment as much as possible. All right, you've already learned a few things about these cool animals. See you later!
Hey! Today I'm here to talk to you about one of the most hopping animals, the frog. Do you want to know some incredible things about frogs? Here we go! Frogs are vertebrate animals and part of the amphibian group. There are many types of frogs, but they're all carnivores. They eat crickets, butterflies, flies, and basically any insect that comes their way. Frogs, like all other amphibians, live in damp places near water, like rivers, ponds, reservoirs, or even large puddles. Some frogs are tiny and weigh about 0.18 ounces, while others are huge and can weigh up to 18 ounces. And how big are they? Well, that also depends. The smallest frog in the world measures only a few inches, while the largest can measure more than 13 inches. Frogs, along with toads, are tailless amphibians, unlike other amphibians, such as salamanders or newts. That means they don't have tails, and they have a flattened shape. There are more than 6,600 species of frogs and toads on our planet. That's amazing, isn't it? Frogs and toads are similar, but they're also different. Frogs have longer limbs and jump higher. And toads have warts on their skin. Ew! They both can live anywhere in the world, except in places where it's very cold. And how do frogs breathe? Well, they can do it in two ways, through their lungs and through their skin. They breathe in two different ways so they can better adapt to the aquatic or terrestrial environment. Do you know how they reproduce? Frog fertilization is external. That means it occurs outside the body. Females lay their eggs in water so that males can fertilize them. In most species, this process takes place in water. Young frogs are called tadpoles. At birth, they have tails and live in water. And when tadpoles grow older, they grow 4 legs and live on land. This process is called metamorphosis. Most frogs are harmless, but some are very poisonous. The most dangerous ones are easy to identify because they're usually brightly colored. For example, gold, red, or even blue. How beautiful! And how dangerous. And do you know what frogs are best at? Jumping! Many frogs are capable of jumping 30 times their normal distance. This is very useful for hunting insects and escaping from their predators such as snakes, some birds, or even cats. Unfortunately, half of the world's frog species are in danger of extinction. Amphibians are very sensitive to changes in their environment, like the destruction of forests and jungles, or their habitats getting warmer. It makes some species less common. How can we help prevent them from disappearing? It's very easy, by taking care of our environment. Well, you've already learned a few things about these hopping animals. See you next time!
Hi, friends! Today I'm here to tell you about one of the most calm animals, the turtle. Would you like to know some incredible facts about turtles? All right, let's go! The turtle is a vertebrate animal. That is, it has an internal skeleton and belongs to the reptiles group. Some turtles are herbivorous, but others are omnivorous. That is, in addition to plants, they also eat animals such as slugs or snails. Gross! Turtles live in forests, deserts, lakes, and even in the sea. They can be small or huge, with the biggest ones weighing up to 2,000 pounds. Turtles can be found on all continents, but always far from the poles. It seems that they don't like the cold. Turtles are oviparous animals. This means they're formed in eggs that their mothers incubate in a nest that they dig in the ground. The most interesting characteristic of a turtle is this covering called the shell. It has approximately 50 bones, and its function is to protect the organs and the spine. Did you know that the shell is fused to the spine? Although it is hard and resistant, it is also a sensitive part. So if you ever touch it, be careful not to make its owner uncomfortable. Turtles can survive for many years. On average, they usually live up to 70 years. The oldest known turtle lived on the Galapagos Islands. Her name was Harriet, and she lived to be 175 years old. Did you know that turtles existed on Earth long before us? In fact, they're known to have been alive during the time of the dinosaurs. Amazing! Out of the water, turtles are known to be one of the slowest animals in the world. And it's not that they're lazy, it's just that they don't need to be fast. Thanks to their shell, if they feel threatened, they only have to hide inside. So they don't need to escape from predators quickly, like other animals. On the other hand, underwater, they're very fast. They can reach up to 22 miles per hour. What a big difference! So, who are their enemies? Land turtles do not get along very well with snakes, foxes, or jackals. While the most common predator of sea turtles are killer whales and sharks. Oh, I forgot to tell you some curious facts. Turtles don't have vocal cords, and yet they can still make sounds. They also don't have ears, but they aren't deaf. They hear through thin flaps of skin that cover their ear bones. Well, you've already learned several things about these fascinating animals. See you next time!
Hey there! Today I'm going to talk to you about one of the kindest animals, the duck. Do you want to know some amazing facts about ducks? Here we go! Ducks are vertebrate animals belonging to the bird group. They're omnivores because they eat plants, seeds, insects, and small fish. Their size depends on their species, but they can weigh up to 3.5 pounds and measure up to 5 inches. Ducks live in wet areas such as rivers, marshes, or ponds. Ducks have a feathered body and a short, broad bill that is usually flat. Their feet have membranes between the toes that allow them to swim very fast. They also have claws that they use to cling to surfaces, such as the ground or rocks. Ducks are very special animals. They can travel by water, land, and air. Have you ever heard the sound ducks make? It's called quacking, and it tends to be much higher pitched in females than in males. Their beaks are shaped differently depending on the species, and their nostrils are near the end, closest to the head. This allows them to search for food by submerging part of their beaks in water without having to hold their breath. We can find ducks almost anywhere in the world, except in Antarctica. Many ducks need to migrate to raise their young. They mostly look for warm places, flying thousands of miles. They don't seem to like the cold, and neither do I. Do you know what we call a group of birds that migrate together? A flock. Female ducks are very responsible, and they keep their ducklings together so they don't get lost or end up in a predator's clutches. So what are ducks' predators? Snakes, turtles, or hawks are some of their worst enemies. Many people associate the color yellow with ducks, but the truth is that only some of the ducklings are this color. The adults usually have different colors such as gray, white, black, or green. Males are more colorful than females because they use their colors to attract females during mating season. Although there are many ducks around the world, some species are in danger of extinction. We must be aware that our actions are essential to protecting their habitats. Remember that taking care of the environment depends on us. Well, you've already learned a few things about these aquatic birds. Until next time!
We've learned so much in just one video. Did you know there are many more videos? Imagine how much you could learn. Subscribe to the Smile and Learn educational channel to learn and have fun at the same time.